Welcome traders. So it's 19 minutes past 6. It's early to be doing the end of day setups. So they do sometimes change. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of that as we go through it. But I'm going to do mine early tonight. So I just wanted to highlight yesterday how we had that pullback, and I was telling you there was a lag on the dollar index, but it looked really nice and bullish, and there we go. So now that because there's a delay in getting the price action, I just wanted to show you that. Euro dollar looking very nice and bearish. My expectation for now, I spoke about how if it finishes bullish on the weekly, which I don't think is going to be the case, I expect this to continue down. I do think there's a fair possibility we might see euro go down to 1.06 at this point. Sterling was trying to stay above this, and yesterday was actually a green candle when I recorded this, but by 10 o'clock it closed as a red candle. So it was invalidated, and that's an example of what happens if you're looking for end of day setups at 6 p.m. It is better to do it. It is better to do it closer to 9:30 or after 10. Okay. Looking bearish, going down. So now I'm going to be waiting for pullbacks. In other words, green days on these, because looking for pullbacks on this. Nothing happening here. Dollar yen on fire, looks good, keeps going, so no setups. Dollar Swissy looks good, no setups. Looking good. I still think this is going to go up as well. I think dollar CAD is going to continue higher as well. We've got that dollar strength coming through now. So let me just mark this down as 18th of May. USD CAD bullish. I think there could be a setup there. Aaron! Daniel! Hey guys! Aaron, I haven't spoken. I thought about you the other day. We need to catch up anyway. But man, that's great. So I'm so glad you're here. And Usman, you're here as well. And Dan, and you guys are in. Okay, good. I'm so glad you're here. Very cool. Okay, so yeah. All right, let's have a look at that. Euro GBP, I was like, Usman, I can see you immediately got in there. I'm getting my question in immediately in case Adam doesn't check. Fair point, fair point. This was bearish, and there's a good possibility it'll continue because we have that weaker euro. So, but it's just a mess. There's nothing to really trade there as well. Euro yen. There's our first pullback. This could be one of those ones where you get it like here, where you get a single pullback and then it carries on. We've had a few of those recently. That could be one of those that does a single day. But if it does a second day pullback, I'll take it. I'll take it to the upside. Euro Swissy, there we go. So we've got to, look, overall, I don't like this trend. It's not really going anywhere. But you've technically got to set up here. I'm going to pass on that. I don't like the look of that. Euro CAD, looks good. It's going to continue. So no setups. Euro Aussie. Excuse me, here I was looking for a pullback and a continuation. It hasn't done anything. Hasn't done anything, so it's a wait and see opportunity there. See what's going to happen. Euro Kiwi has continued down. My stop loss is now stopped above today's high, but there's no setups. Otherwise, pound yen, another. We could honestly, it would be, I know we're coming up against these old highs. We might have a single day pullback and a continuation, so we'll see. But I don't want to get in on a single day pullback. I think we'll see. So pound Swissy, I still think this is also looking like that's going to creep higher. Pound CAD, no setups. Pound Aussie, no setups. Look at that. That's just a waste of time. Over here, I was looking for these to look nice and bullish, and it's creeping up, but it's really not great. Pound Kiwi, not offering any clarity. Aussie Kiwi. Do I think Aussie Kiwi is going to go all the way down? So the question that Usman's asking me is looking at this, if that is indeed the case, is it going to continue lower? Yeah, that weekly candle's closing quite nice and low. I'm going to have a look at it again on a candlestick version, and then I'll come back to you on that one. I want to say, yeah, that it's going to continue down, and mainly because the weekly candle is there. But there's definitely a level here. This is just too tricky. The best thing to do in this situation would be to wait until the week is closed. Or what you could do is look at the relative strengths of Aussie and Kiwi. Look at all the Aussie pairs, look at all the Kiwi pairs, and determine if one is stronger. Aussie CAD, yeah, still bearish, no setup. Aussie Swissy, sideways. And again, that's why there was no clear signal there. Aussie Yen, bullish, looks good, man. Looking good. Kiwi CAD, no clear signal, just a mess. So the Kiwi pairs seem to be very messy so far. So possibly Aussie will push through because Aussie seems weaker. Kiwi just isn't really giving much clarity. Kiwi Swissy pushing a bit higher. Kiwi Yen will be pushing higher, but the other ones, Aussie Kiwi, Kiwi CAD, they just seem very wishy-washy. CAD yen, beautiful, but no setups. Swissy yen, single one-day pullback. So Swissy yen, pound yen, euro yen, I think they all had that, or dollar yen. CAD Swissy looks good, nice and bullish. So most of these are following through, they're in profit, they all look good. Other questions? Could I look at natural gas? Weekly and daily, I can see a short squeeze at some stage. Okay, cool. So let's go and have a look at that. So let me have a look at Aussie Kiwi candlesticks. The daily is trying to stay above this level, but the weekly looks weak. MACD is neutral, it's battling underneath that level. It's not a clear picture. I am leaning 60-40 bearish, slightly more bearish than bullish, but it's not a strong clear trend. It really isn't. It's underneath the 50-period moving average. It's underneath the moving averages here. All of it is hinting at the downside, but it should be breaking. It should be breaking through that. Okay, so let's go through these then. We've got gold. Gold's correcting. We know this. Very bearish candle, I might add. Now we are solidly just under 2 weeks away from the end of the month. Let's say a week, 10 days away. If we close like this, that's going to be a strong signal for gold to push lower. But we might not. It's in the buy zone here. It's at a level of prior high. It could find support by the end of the week and close higher. So I really want to wait till the week closes to get a sense of that. Does it close below this level or not? Excuse me. We'll have to see how that goes. Right now, all we know is that it's in a downtrend on the daily, and the weekly is doing a retracement, and the monthly is thinking about it. So super cautious on that. Silver also looking quite bearish there. Natural gas. Natural gas, look at that. Just love how that's slowing down into these nice little bullish candles. We've got a bit of a bullish engulfing candle so far. We've got very bullish MACD. It's trending higher. We've got it looking very healthy here. It's almost crossing that bullish line, and it looks good here. And it was really interesting because for me, it was more about the compression and then looking bullish. Looks good. I mean, I'd like to see some pullback here and a continuation. So far, this should keep going. It should. Let's see. It's looking good so far. I mean, we got to see if we can get past this high. So there is a possible level of resistance here. We'll see. But yeah, if we can close above that, it should be able to keep going. Gold monthly looks like a cup and handle. Oh, yeah. Natural gas. Okay, where am I at? Pleasure. Pleasure. Natural gas looks like a bit of a Wyckoff spring. I'll have to check that again. I mean, as in, I don't apply Wyckoff stuff too much. Elliott wave theory and a few of the other things. Somebody's just arrived. Okay, I've got my nieces arriving for dinner, so we'll see. Okay, crude oils. Brent crude. Man, just look at it, not going anywhere. So that was bullish yesterday, and it just hasn't done anything. So that is that's a waste. It should have followed through. She recognized my niece. It goes from barking to squealing when she realizes she knows who they are. Wheat. Okay, wheat's coming down. I'd be curious to see if we get a double bottom here. I've been talking about this turning for ages, but sorry. But yeah, it doesn't seem to... yeah, we'll see. There's nothing. On that double bottom, I'd be curious to see what that is. Just a mess. Again on copper, coffee, but we know that. Sugar. Topping out. So that's going, I think, to come down at some point, down to 24. It just hasn't done it yet. And then we've got cotton. Boom. Wow. Look at that. Whoosh. Okay. Really bullish. Great. Looks so good. Look at the MACD here. Boom. Just trending straight up. Weekly candle. Breakout of that. Just phenomenal. MACD looks really nice. Very happy. Cotton's very handy. Cotton is very happy. Okay, then we look at the Dow. So bullish candle, it hasn't done much yet. We still have a few hours until the New York close. We'll see if anything happens there. The S&P looks good. It's closed. It's moved higher today. The NASDAQ killing it. Straight up, very bullish. We spoke about this yesterday. Russell 2000, not as enthusiastic. The FTSE, not giving much clarity. DAX gapping higher. So that looks nice and bullish. The ASX, bullish, looks good. I'm going to just move that round to there. The Nikkei, sure, look at that, man. It's going to have to come down at some point, but yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so let's have a look at your questions as well. Now, I'm very loved that everyone's jumped in. Am I cooked? Am I cooked? Natural gas. Cooking with gas. Very funny. Did I do dollar yen? I thought I did, but I'll look again. Dollar yen, yeah. No setup, but break into new highs. So the yen pairs are looking nice and bullish. Okay, let's go through these. Apple, there was that setup yesterday. I did not trade it. The only one I took from yesterday was the Dow. So I haven't got anywhere yet. But there was a setup. And the only reason is I've already got some exposure on some of those positions as well. Oh, what am I cooking for the nieces? Usually I do steaks. I'm really good with that. But tonight we're going to order Nando's. We're going to have Nando's. Amazon. Amazon looking nice and bullish. AT&T. Most people don't know that Nando's is a South African brand. They think it's a Portuguese brand. It is a South African Portuguese brand. They don't know that. It's purely South African. And I'm very proud of that. AT&T just tanking. Okay, so I'm not really sure why. I mean, I know that they have some they have some investments in right-wing extreme TV stuff and right-wing content, and that could be bringing the brand down. But I can't say that that's why it's moving down here. I can't say that. I don't know what's causing AT&T to tank. They've done well historically. Arc Innovation is still pushing higher. I really would have liked to see that close higher, but it is trying. It really is. Glencore is wobbling a bit. It's really wobbling where it is right now. It's had a good time. So I'm going to just pass on that because I don't really have a comment on that just yet. Tesco's, I was looking for a deeper correction into this area before it carries on. So there's nothing there yet. Amex is still trying to turn around. Nothing new there. Berkshire Hathaway is looking good. Weekly looks good. Coca-Cola gap down. So, oh yes, because I was looking to see if this could hold above this level and it didn't. So that's why I spoke about that. Now, interesting, is it in a channel? Is it in a channel? Is it going to come down to here and then bounce off the 50-period moving average and go up? Interesting to me. So I put this as a bear flag. It's a bear flag. It's not meant to be a channel. It's meant to be a bear flag. BP, well, that was bullish yesterday, but it's not bullish now. So there's no clarity on this. And so that was well put in. There's no clarity on this. Let's just see what's going to happen. Exxon, recovering a bit. The monthly is still holding a bit strong, but nothing much happening there. General Motors, looking good. Trying to push up from where it is. JP Morgan, looks okay. Adidas pushing up from that setup. Meta looks great, man. Wow. I moaned. I complained about Meta 6 months ago. I kept saying, we're not the customers. If you're using Facebook, you're not the customers, you're the product, because that's how it is. And I was aware that businesses can market amazingly. Like their advertising spend goes 10 to 50 times further on Facebook than it does through YouTube. It's phenomenal and people love it. So I was moaning because I was like, I don't understand what the value is in it. I don't get the metaverse. None of that stuff is making sense to me. But I have to concede that as long as they've got people engaging on Facebook, the businesses will throw money at Meta because they love, that's a great way to market to people. You can market to English-speaking men between 15 and 35 in a specific country who have a specific, it's like you can target exactly who you want. And that is probably the best in the moment, in the world for people. So that's where they get their value. Morgan Stanley looking bullish. Nvidia's on fire. Woof, I did not see this. Netflix, boom. So we had this pullback and a really nice bullish candle. I did not expect this to be on fire today. It seems to me that the more undervalued these ones are, the more they're kind of taking off. PayPal continuing to drip lower. Spotify looks good. That's a continuation. I think that's just going to push through. Spider was a bullish candle here. Hasn't done anything with it. So the indices ones, the indexes or the ETFs are not looking great. FedEx, yep, gapped up, pushed really nicely there. And Vanguard, looking quite bullish. I think that's going to push. This is Tesla, I beg your pardon. Tesla still trying to push higher. It's still in this whole danger zone area, but it is looking like it's finding more bullishness and going to push higher. And Vanguard looks like it's going to break through that danger zone very soon. Cape Town is my favorite city in the world. I went to Cape Town 5 years ago and stayed near Long Street. Excellent. It is absolutely amazing. It's grew up in Cape Town, and I lived in the city. And in the weekends, back in the day when everything was closed, the city was empty. You just walk around, there was no one there. And the wind was a big part of the memories there. I went to New Orleans, and New Orleans has got a similar type of, there's something in the air. It's great, and I'm so glad you liked it. I'm so glad. And then you went to Nando's at Suncoast and Durban. Fantastic. I'm so glad you've had all the good experiences there. Cryptos, let's quickly have a look at this. Yeah, they're just wobbling. I think they'll get picked up. There's no reason right now. I mean, there's not a lot of love for cryptos, but it's mainly because the big money is still trying to decide if they should throw their money back into tech stocks and a few other things. You can see Netflix, and you can see a few others starting to break higher. And I think those are things that will ultimately flow over into cryptos. The kind of people that would put money into those in tech stocks will eventually put it in. But in order of priority, they're going to put it into the safer stuff first and then put it into crypto. So this, and I could be wrong in this area. So for the record, I could be wrong in this area. I think cryptos will stay where they are or go up. I don't think they'll head much lower. And yes, I could be wrong on that one because there's no technical opinion data to support that opinion. I'm just saying, if my instincts about cryptos are right, they're not getting much love now, but eventually it will come back, and hopefully they'll stay where they are until that happens. Okay, that's it, guys. Nando's Portuguese, no. So Nando's is Portuguese, but it's South African Portuguese. So it started in South Africa as a Portuguese brand. In South Africa, they've obviously got Italian restaurants. Like we've now got another one that if you see it in London, we've got Ocean Basket, and that's meant to be like a Greek type of Mediterranean restaurant chain that's now in the UK, but it's South African. Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right, gents, that was lovely having everyone in. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to let you go now. Thanks very much. Absolutely. We will do that. Dan, we'll do that. I look forward to seeing all of you guys next time face-to-face at some point. Next time I know I'm speaking at an event in October or something, or I will let you know. Okay. Do it. Okay, do it. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'm going to end the stream, but as always, what a pleasure. I will try to do tomorrow night's one, same time, maybe 6:30. I'll try and do it because otherwise I end up doing it on Sunday night, and it's better to just do it Friday and then do my weekly video on Sunday. So I will try to do that. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Thanks. Where do I end it? Here. There we go.